Oh man, we got an awesome project today, a 2015 Silverado. As you can see, there's some things already done to it, but as a collaborative thing, we're gonna take it to another level.
Yeah, man, we're talking hot rod hunting, camping, bringing adventures in the back of the truck to some special people.
Yeah, so it's got, a special purpose for those special people. You guys stick around, it's gonna be fun. Well, welcome to the show today. This one's gonna be kind of neat because it's sort of a mix between, feel good, some heartstrings getting pulled, but real cool factor, all the things that have been done and what we're gonna do to this truck.
Yeah, man, and this is basically an adventure on wheels. It's got a lot of cool stuff already done to it, and we're gonna turn that up. So why don't you tell them a little bit about who this truck is actually for?
So it started with the Block team, right? They're the bloggers for Chevrolet Performance. They go everywhere, all the events, whether it's hot rod events, motorsports.
Racing events, auctions, they cover it all.
Yeah, well, they got together with Mobil 1. It's kind of a big sponsor. The collaboration started there, but then it took it a little step further. It's going to
the Austin Hatcher Foundation. Now, this is really diversional therapy for kids. So they take it to a bunch of children's hospitals, right? And they bring the kids out of the room and they put them in the truck. They get to see cool things. I mean, this is gonna make those kids get wide-eyed and big smiles.
What we're here to do is help promote the whole foundation, get the kids having some fun, and get the Block crew out there covering all the awesome events that we want to check out.
Right, and this truck's gonna be all over from SEMA to your living room. All right,
so what we're gonna do is walk you through some of the stuff that's been done and then kick it in overdrive.
All right, now let's get on the back of the truck and show you some of the goods back here. It's the #1 name in truck bed security, Truck Vault. And this is some heavy duty stuff.
Look at that thing, man. It's huge. So much gear you could put in there,
Now let's come on down here and I'll show you some of the other really cool stuff that we have going on suspension-wise. Now look, it's an OE replacement shock by King Off-Road, and this thing is completely wicked, man. It has an external reservoir, allows for more fluid capacity, better heat dissipation. Not only that, you get better dampening. You also have a better spring rate, so pretty good stuff there. And you slide up the truck a little bit, all right, you have a 4-inch assist step. That way, if it's snow, mud, regardless of the conditions outside, you won't have any trouble hopping in the truck. And the front suspension gets even more boss. You got a 3-inch coilover from King. Not only that, man, it's the pre-runner setup from the Baja kits. So it's basically the same components you're gonna see on a trophy truck. And that is just wicked. Now my man Kevin's gonna show you some more features in the front of this rig I think you're really gonna like.
Ever out on the trail, man, night just kind of creeps up on you and you're in the dark, you need some lights. 54 inches right here, man. Rigid Industries, over 400 watts. When you're on that trail still, man, you can kick off these rock crawler lights, so kind of see the ground where you're going. If you're the trail leader, people can kind of follow you. Pretty neat, but it's all controlled right in here. There's a little power unit out there. This is all electronic controlled F-Pod.
Look, here's how we met up with these guys from theblock.com. We were at the 12 Hours of Sebring race. Awesome. We heard a lot about this truck and why they were building it, what they were doing with it. So we wanted to put some skin in the game. And when we come back, we'll show you all that we bringing to the table. And I think you're gonna like it.
We got some skin.
Yeah, man.
Rusted, stuck lug nuts can turn a simple tire change into a frustrating job. Don't break your knuckles or your bank by trying to get through the rust. Grab a can of PB Blaster and let it do the work for you. PB Blaster's capillary action breaks loose rust from the surface and penetrates all the way into the most hard-to-reach spaces to quickly free up immobilized parts. Just saturate the area with PB Blaster and allow a few minutes for it to penetrate the corrosion. For tougher rust, just let PB Blaster penetrate for a few extra minutes before breaking it loose. PB Blaster leaves behind a thin, non-evaporating layer of oil to help lubricate parts and displace moisture, providing protection against the rust in the future. This tip is brought to you by the Blaster Corporation, makers of PB Blaster, the #1 selling penetrant for breaking free rusted parts.
Hey, welcome back. Now we're on our 2015 Silverado truck. Now this thing is dual purpose, right? It's taken our friends from theblock.com to all the cool motorsports, car events. So think about how many cool things you could mount up here, you know, outside of the cabin, so you can fit all the people in there, the gear up here in the back. So we got ourselves the Defender. So Smitty Built makes awesome kind of stuff. You can mount anything you want in here, from jacks, right? Sleeping bags and tents.
In Colorado, we use all kinds of stuff, whether it's spare tires for rock climbing and so forth, to snowboard gear. If it's rugged, it's textured, it's powder coated, it's 1-inch round tubing, and it has a lot of functionality as well. You got these welded in light brackets on both the back of it and the front of it. So if you want to do a spot, if you want to do a flood, you're good to go, man. You could show up, light up the arena, still have all your gear and all the stuff all out of the way, or you could pack, you know, 6 people into the truck.
Yeah, and what's cool is, like I said, it's already set up. You can start dressing this thing out in about 10 minutes. These are Rigid Industries spot or floodlights, right? So you can target whether you want it to hit a certain spot area, flood out a certain zone.
Yeah, give you a lot more coverage and so forth. So really, man, with this rack and a couple of these lights, there's nothing you won't be able to see regardless of what time of night it is. So I can't wait to get this rack on that truck and upgrade it a couple more steps we have for you.
Yeah, so a little tip before you mount it up there, get all your goodies on it down here. It makes it a little easier. All right, so this looks like it's gonna sit pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad.
All right, let's mark our spots and get this thing mounted down for sure. We can get the wiring kind of hooked up to our S-Pod system, and now we got full control.
Loves it.
All right, man, how's that trim piece coming?
Good, man.
This is a great way to get functionality and style, right? We got fender flares, which kind of a hint at maybe what's happening after this next step.
Yeah, man, I tell you what, these are from Bushwhacker, and gone are the days you would have to get fender flares, right, that you would have to take to the paint booth and get color-coded matched to the paint. They come to the factory, color-coded matched paint, which is gonna look awesome on this truck.
Now the other things that make it easy too is it already has the rubber molding strip installed. It's already got your sort of sunken fasteners installed. So really, it's just kind of setting it up there, driving a couple of screws from the underside and sucking it down. Now, what's cool about this is now you've got more coverage for your tire. You can run bigger wheels. And if you've ever been sort of off-roading, you know, you got that big smile going on your elbow out there. Next thing you know, you got mud on the side of your face. Your arm is half dirty.
Which is an improvement for a guy like me.
All right, so we'll get this on. That lets us get to that next step, which I'm not going to tell you what's going on there.
You can guess. You gotta like when it's easy to bolt on some rugged styling. Now when we come back, we're adding nitrous to it. Just kidding. We are gonna have some fun though, stick around. I think you're gonna like what we throw on the truck.
So you know, most vehicles on the road today are equipped with ABS braking systems, right? But what you might not know is that the hub bearing assembly actually plays an integral role in making sure that the ABS system functions properly. You know, because many hub and bearing assemblies actually include what they call an integrated wheel speed sensor. That's a tone ring. It generates a pulse signal that feeds the ABS module. Now, pulse signal is generated when the tooth on that, on that tone wheel crosses across this magnetic sensor, creating sort of a AC signal. Now, the magnitude and frequency changes, a direct correlation to the wheel speed. So that's how that system works. However, a difference of only 1 or 2 thousandths of an inch in the height of that tooth on the tone ring can greatly affect the wheel speed signal. That can throw off trouble codes within the vehicle's computer. The next thing you know, you're going to get a warning light on your dash, which means it's time to replace the whole hub bearing assembly. So when you're replacing your hub bearings, it's important to use parts that are made to OE standards and are designed to fit your specific vehicle. This way, the hub bearing will work together optimally with all the other components in your vehicle. You also want to make sure that your parts are made from high quality materials so they're less susceptible to wear and damage. Pick up a high quality bearing hub assembly like this one from Moog. Now, Moog's hub assemblies have a robust roll form design. They're also ensuring a factory fit to your vehicle. They use things like polyurethane ABS cords to improve resistance to abrasion, environmental conditions, and the molded shield and socket connection encases that cord, making it part of the integrated assembly. Now on top of that, bolts are coated with things like phosphate formula to prevent rust and corrosion caused by environmental conditions and hard driving. And Moog's rigorously controlled manufacturing processes, well, they're going to ensure exact matching of the bearings, so raceways and rolling elements, so you know you're going to get a superior performance, minimal noise, and vibration. So you can find a Moog hub bearing assembly at your local Federated Auto Parts.
This segment of Two Guys Garage is brought to you by StarTron, enzyme fuel treatment for all engines.
Hey, welcome back. Now either, we've shifted gears or we've painted a truck since the break.
I'm gonna go with shift the gears. All right, now if you guys remember this guy, it's from Federated. This is our ultimate rig truck.
Yeah, we've got a whole slick pick set up here where we can go and pick up and snatch cars, whether it's barn finds or customer cars.
Or people we don't like.
Yeah, dual exhaust, we've upgraded brake lines.
Yeah, but from Ride Tech, this is the level tow kit, and this thing is a game changer if you do a lot of towing.
Yeah.
All right?
Now how it works is you've got an airbag assisted spring, so this guy right here will fill with air, and it's gonna go between the axle and the frame and be adjustable on the fly or as needed.
Right, this plate is gonna catch the spring right below here. This is gonna catch the frame. That rides in the middle. We kind of have it mocked up for you to see right here. And the great thing is you can put it on automatic mode. So this mounts to the back of the truck. When you have some device, the bed or something, and it hits this level, it's gonna kick in automatically and start leveling that ride out.
Yeah, so one side's on the truck, the other side's on the axle, so depending on how they're situated, this guy will move back and forth and automatically kick on the pump.
Yeah,
right.
Want
So
to show them how it works?
we got a pump, we got a little bit of smarts going on in there, right? Our line is coming here. We're pressurizing right to this bag, right? So let's see. I've got a on button. There it is.
Yes.
So in the on mode, automatic,
right?
All you got to
just
do.
go, and then you'll find it. There it goes. And this is brute.
Go ahead, man. Squash it down.
Yeah.
I know you can do it. And then you can bleed that off and settle the thing down. So you can either do it automatically or, if you want to do an easy, quick, pick up on your trailer, you can drop the car down, slide underneath there, pick that sucker back up.
This is a big assist if you do any kind of hauling, any kind of towing of big, heavy equipment material.
Yeah, so we're going to take all this stuff, get it installed. Pretty simple system to bolt in, so we got a little bit of work to do.
All right, you think about all the things that we've added to this truck, whether it's the slick pick, the Ride Tech, all the lights that are going on it, a lot of gear, a lot of functionality. That's going to require a brand new battery, a second battery, if you will.
Yeah, so we're going to go with Federated AGM batteries for the secondary and upgrade the primary. So we got to connect them. We're going to do that in parallel. So we're making our own battery cables. Now this end over here, I've got a nice power distribution block, so I can set that lug style in right on there. We got to crimp it and the one for that side, along with making our ground strap. So here's what I'm doing on that end. Now, I think that's the right size, right?
Yeah, man, 35. It actually says 35 right here. We got this cool crimping tool, and you can adjust these wheels, go up to 25, to 3 to 30, and so forth. That allows us to crush this big guy.
All right.
We'll slide this over top of it.
Yep, so we got our heat shrink tubing there. We can seal everything once we're done. This just basically slides right in there, and we can crush her down, seal her up. Don't get my fingers. Man, you look scary with that, dude.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. What's that, Bionic Man noises right there?
Yeah. Woo. Move the cart.
That's right. All right, lost the thumb, but that's all right. All right, we get the heat shrink gun out. Like I said, seal that up. So now we've got our AGMs, which are going to handle about 20 times more vibration, heavy dutiness. We can really wear that sucker down, recharge it back up a lot more times than a standard battery. So let's get this whole thing buttoned up with these giant suckers here. We'll get it plumbed with our wiring, and we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get back on that block.com Mobile One pickup truck. It's going to be awesome.
Everyone experiences paint scratches on their cars and trucks. Quicks has a couple of easy fixes for repairing paint damage. The PSR, Paint Scratch Remover, is designed to permanently erase scratches and scuffs in your paint like damage from keys or tree branches. It uses a patented process called plastic deformation to remove scratches from the surface of the paint and then restore the finish to its original shine. It works on any color and is basically impossible to screw up. If your car was subjected to stone chips or very deep scratches that can't be removed with the PSR, the paint repair pen will do the trick. It applies extremely thin layers of clear coat to prevent rust and oxidation from setting in. It's super easy to use and it can be applied to any color car. Give your brake lines a durability upgrade by replacing them with stainless steel brake lines from Crown Performance. Most brake lines are just 2 layers, but Crown Performance brake lines feature 5 layers of stainless steel and Kevlar reinforcement. Their fittings are also stronger one-piece designs instead of 2 pieces like most brake line fittings. When you swap out your old brake lines with these, you'll notice the difference right away. Your brake pedal response is immediate. You won't get any of that soft or mushy pedal feeling that comes with volumetric expansion of the lines. Crown Performance stainless steel brake lines are pressure tested to 4,500 PSI and they meet all DOT specs. You can custom order your brake line kits for specific lengths and sizes. Plus you can choose from 9 different colors to match your vehicle. This is Cardone's ultra premium brake caliper. Cardone remanufactures their calipers to stringent specifications to match OE performance. This means you get an original quality part at a much lower cost. These calipers are treated with an exclusive weatherproof coating that prevents rust and corrosion. So your calipers are going to look great and last a long time. The mounting brackets and all the hardware you need is included with each caliper to ensure proper fit and a hassle-free installation process. If your application calls for them, they even come with new banjo bolts. Now, it's always recommended that you get new brake pads to go along with your caliper install. Every caliper is 100% pressure tested to guarantee reliable braking function, and the silver finish complements any wheel type for a premium OE look. StarTron's enzyme fuel treatment. I love this stuff. You want to know why? Because it's the only way I can get my lawnmower to crank. This is the real deal here. When you put it in your fuel system, what you're doing is you're helping to eliminate that separation between the ethanol and the gas. And what happens when the ethanol and the gas separates, ethanol goes to the bottom of your tank. Next thing you know, you're developing carbon deposits, you got varnishes, you got all kinds of stuff getting in your fuel system that's just going to make your car run bad. You put this in your fuel system, it'll absolutely eliminate that. It gives you that performance back. You put it in your car, your boat, your lawnmower, anything that runs on gas, and tune up your fuel with StarTron.
All right, so to add some of that durability to this truck, what we're going to do is protect the front end here. So this is from AVS. It's their Aeroskin hood protector, right? Because as you're going down the road, it's nothing but rock chips and stuff just banging off this front end.
My truck is so bad right here. It's just speckled with rock chips and all kinds of stuff. And a brand new truck like this, especially when you want to keep this nice, always good to have this line of protection. It's got the lowest profile of any hood protector on the market.
Yeah, now the first step you want to do, you get a little alcohol pad with it, right?
Yeah.
You're just cleaning that surface. And the rest of it's pretty straightforward, but there's a couple little tricks here. Now you can see if we flip it over, we started peeling the tape here from the center out, and you can see we're hanging a little bit off the edge. So,
right. That's why you want to get this on here, line it up, and that way you can string it. You kind of just pull it out from underneath it. So Kev's going to keep the center. I'm going to guide it left to right, and you just kind of pull these strings and adhere it to the front of the hood.
Now you're going to work from the inside out, both directions. So hold that corner. And I'll start peeling this way. And man, literally, it's that simple. Now we do have them for the side vents as well. What's nice is, right, you're covering the window edge a little bit. You can crack your window so you can get the fresh air in, especially when it's raining and stuff
outside. It keeps the rain out. Always good.
Yeah, so
the AVS vent visors will show you pretty much the same method. That 3M double step tape, you want to string it just like we're doing here.
All right, man. With that, we're going to take a break. When we come back, just going to keep on diving in.
Yeah.
For more information about anything you've seen in today's show, check out mavtv.com or visit our website at twoguysgarage.com.
After moving from Holland to San Francisco, Ben Odekamfus found Nellie, an old 55 Chevy, and worked with his son Sean to get her running again. Now Sean is blind, but that never stopped him from finding and fixing Nellie's problem spots. Over the years, Ben turned Nellie's paint job into a project for kids and adults with disabilities. All Nellie's paint is done by hand with just brushes. She's been painted to celebrate everything from the 4th of July to the San Francisco Giants World Series victory. She was even painted for a road trip to Brazil to cheer on Holland in the World Cup. Ben says wherever he goes with Ode Nellie, she makes the world a brighter place. Read more about Ben and his 1955 Chevy or share your truck journey at lmctrucklife.com.
Hey, welcome back to Two Guys Garage. Now for the icing on the cake, or in our case, the mud on the truck.
That's right. As if you didn't guess, we're throwing on the big wheels. We got 33s.
Yeah, they're from Falcon. They're the Wild Peak ATs. Now, these things are tough, man. They're a great sport utility light truck tire, and these things got traction on and off the road, which is what you're looking for.
Yeah. You ready to heave this sucker up?
Yeah.
Okay. So how you digging these wheels, man?
I like them, man. They're the Method race wheels called Double Standard, something that Kevin lives by.
That's right. They got kind of a simulated bead lock, so they look cool, but they're a full solid wheel you can take on and off road. Now, again, it's powder coated, so it's going to be super durable.
Yeah, it is a rugged one-piece design. I like the fact that we did it in like a candy-coated kind of red, kind of offset the silver in the truck.
All right, we're running low on time today, but before we send this thing out on the road, top off the fluids. It's got a lot of miles to go, man.
And a lot of great places too, man. Really looking forward to seeing this truck, as I'm sure you guys are too. SEMA, all kinds of children's hospitals and children's events. Look for it.
Crossing the country on Hot Rod Power Tour. So keep an eye out for it, man. We're out of time today, so we're gonna cut it loose. We'll have to see you guys next time.
Two Guys Garage is brought to you in part by Federated Auto Parts. Best parts, best people, best service. Vehicle transportation provided by Pilot Transport. Auto hauling specialists. Professional POV cameras provided by Replay. Record, replay.